What's up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame lounge. Let's go! By DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. I got the Brendan Vogt with me.
I was looking for the graphic. I can't find
it. It's not there, but
I'm here though, and we'll see if the Nuggets are tonight, fellas. Let's go.
I've got Eric, who is called D-Line.
Did I catch a "What's up, everybody" from you?
I don't remember.
You
I blacked out for a second there.
I've been thrown off completely.
Yeah, you and me both.
Hold on. What is up, Adam? I'm happy to be here with you.
Over here, I got Superstar Dev.
You guys need to get your energy up a little bit, man. This is not a funeral. Life is about second chances.
Oh.
Life is about second
Definitely
chances.
not a funeral. Nuggets looking to bounce back in Game 2. Plenty of reason to think that they can do it. I'm telling you, this is one of those ones where the more I get into the film and rewatch this and just try to dissect and try to get all the angles of what's going on in the series, the more I do it, the more I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of angles here for Denver. There's a lot of different ways for them to improve. Are there ways for Golden State? Of course, they can also improve, but it's the more I rewatched game 1, the more I just thought, like, Denver really punched themselves in the balls. In that game 1. Like, they punched themselves so hard in the balls that nothing else, you can't really even sort through everything else. And I have a feeling Michael Malone kind of felt the exact same way. Why don't you take us to game notes?
Yes, he did, Adam. He said they had a lengthy film session yesterday, walking through all the mistakes that they had. And in doing so, he realized, I mean, he already knew, it's going to make it really hard to win a game and win this series playing like we did. Fouling jump shooters, not having game plan discipline, in addition to the turning it over and rebounding issues. There were just all these little ways that Denver beat themselves. He was also asked about Jordan Poole and guarding him, and he said, well, in the first quarter we did a pretty good job, but he hit 3 pull-up threes in the pick and roll, and Steph took one as well. We watched all those back yesterday. That's 9 points that we can take away. We've got to make them feel us. Didn't feel like he made anyone on Golden State feel them on either end of the floor. About the rebounding, he said it's frustrating because across 82 games, we were the #1 defensive rebounding team in the league. What's most frustrating is were the amount of instances in that last game, game 1, where the shot was taken, you can pause the film, and you just see all the Denver Nuggets like this, ball watching. And while they're doing that, the Warriors are getting in position. On Jokic and his approach, he said when they guard him one-on-one with Looney or Green, he's going to have to go ahead and score. When it's other guys, they're going to double, and he'll make the right play. Pointed out the Nuggets were 9 for 31 on open and wide open threes in game 1. So he trusts Jokic to find open guys. Guys just got to put it in the back bucket. On Steph starting or coming off the bench and whether that has any effect on his own rotation, he said, not really. We're just going to read the game. We've got our starting lineup. We've got our bench. Each game will take on its own personality, and they'll adjust from there. And then on guys stepping up, he talked about Monte Morris, who he said in the regular season was easily their second best player in this matchup. And that, you know, whenever Monte plays well, you can see how aggressive he is. They need Monte in attack mode. Aaron Gordon needs to be in attack mode. I don't want him settling for threes. Put people in the rim. And so, yeah, he just talked about those guys needing to be the attackers, the aggressors this time around.
The Monte one's interesting to me because I felt all year he's the... Like, you need the role players to play well, and there's different matchups. But Monte's been the guy that when he plays poorly, it's like Denver's severely handicapped, in large part because he's the one running the most pick and rolls with Jokic. And you just need to have that, like, balance to allow everything else to flow. So, for me, he is a guy that I have kind of singled out as, like, an especially important guy in this one, and somebody who can just play better and be louder, be more aggressive. And I'm really curious to see what he does. Iguodala also doubtful tonight. That's, right. That's an important one. Yep. I mean, I don't know how important it is, to be honest. Like, Iguodala, he is important to their best punch. If this was like a game 6 or 7, it would be really important. But he played like, I don't know, he's not going to play that many minutes even if he was healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
thought you were going to go so there. You look like you had like a big Iguodala take.
I was going to say, like, it's good. Like, you want Iguodala to play so that if we do win tonight, Iguodala feels responsible for that loss.
The thing about Iguodala is he's like a real basketball mind. So just having that second guy in that unit, because they do play him a little bit, like just a little bit, and he's like the equalizer. So he like calms things down when he's out there and just knows the right things to do on the court. So just not having him there makes you have to go to a extra guy that's also going to be like a rookie in that type of sense of just not having a lot of experience. Yeah. So I think that helps.
Also said that the team had protested DeMarcus Cousins' first technical, not rescinded.
Oh, that's
the
right.
league just said no. You know, who gives an F? We're not going to do that. Also, important note here that's not from the game notes, but the Nuggets had a coin flip with the Spurs tonight because they had the same record as, I believe, Toronto. And this was for order. Like when you have the same record, you flip a coin to see who goes. Denver lost.
Why flip the coin? Yeah, what's the...
I'd be curious what Denver's record is in draft coin flips over the years because I know they've never moved up in the lottery. But it'd be great if they also had never moved up on the coin flip. They're like 0-72 in coin flips. They're like, all right.
Flip life, baby.
It would be pretty great there. What are you looking for, Dev? What are you looking for in this game?
I'm looking forward to the Nuggets looking like the Nuggets. Like in that last game, I think that's where the positivity lies. Is there were so many guys that played out of character, and that's not who they've been. Like Monte Morris not, stepping up, and he's been pretty consistent this year. Not having Aaron Gordon attack or be a threat on offense, and that's not something that we've seen as of late. We've been seeing the offense step up, but just not the defense. Bones Highland, he wasn't his same electric self that just was like very confident out there. So I'm expecting like a bounce back spot for them, but just for guys to just be like more confident in themselves and getting back into the rhythm.
Yeah, man. I'm looking for the Nuggets to regain a little swag. You can see, like, on this...
They are swagless at the moment.
Here on this set, like, we ourselves have been sapped of swag. The Nuggets played so poorly last game. It feels, at this exact moment in time, hopeless. But we've been here before. We've been here before in this exact same manner. When we lost Game 1 to the Clippers, it was an absolute... decimation. We lost by like 20.
Honestly, I went back and did this. Every first loss of a series had almost the exact same score as game one. It was like, I think it was 107 to 122 or something like that. Every game was like 124, 109, 120 to 106. Like every score was the exact same. So honestly, Denver always loses. This means nothing to the series.
It really doesn't mean anything. It's just we just need to feel like that little twinge of like competence. I mean, the Nuggets were incompetent last time. I mean,
by the way, Michael Malone emphasized this as well in his pregame. He was like, win or lose, we got to not get killed or something like that. So, like, it was a sense of we did get killed.
Yeah, they got killed.
Like
every Nugget sucked. Every Nugget sucked. So I want to see some Nuggets be good.
Actually, Michael Malone, you could have guessed what he actually said. Most importantly, don't get your ass kicked.
Yeah, dude. No ass kickings unless we're delivering them. I will
take an ass giving.
I will give an ass kick. I will not receive an ass kick and be happy about it. I don't know where we're going, but I just want to see the
term
Nuggets
ass
play,
kick
man.
is kind of funny if you think about it.
It is.
Because it's like you never really kick someone in the ass.
Well, it's also like if you were in a fight and you kicked someone in the ass, it would be like kind of.
It's not the worst feeling. Like,
no,
did you just kick my butt?
Yeah, you're like that's the most heavily padded part of my body.
Yeah, it's true. It's actually a very
I don't want to be in a situation that somebody kicks me in the ass. If I'm not even watching the fight anymore, something must have happened to put me in
like
a situation.
You're leaving. They just kick you. You're like, bro.
It's a dumb phrase. We all agree. It's a dumb phrase.
What if Jokic had just kicked Morris in the butt?
Just literally
a little kick in the butt.
That would be pretty great. Let's move on to our biggest factors here tonight. I'm going to give you guys which is the bigger. It's actually bigger factor. We're going to go to bigger factor. I want to know, and I'll start with you, Dev. Free throws. I mean, it's been a point of emphasis. Jokic, getting to the line, him specifically, but the team as a whole getting to the line. Free throws or defensive rebounding? What's more important tonight?
I think the free throws for me.
Wow.
The reason I'm going to go with free throws is because they have guys like Draymond Green who understands like how to manipulate situations. He understood that they were not giving Jokic calls. So he made it a point to just be like ultra aggressive with Jokic. Also, that means that their offense is kind of like set back when Jokic's not going to the free throw line, and he's not trying to score inside anymore just because of he's like, I'm not gonna say like down, but he's just like, okay, I'm not getting it that way. I've tried to like score in different ways. But also that means that Aaron Gordon is attacking the paint. That means Monte Morris is getting to the line. Everyone else is getting involved offensively, and that means that they're being the aggressors instead of sitting back. So I think the rebounds will come, but if you're getting to the free throw lines, you don't have to get every single rebound because now you're getting to slow down the game and score in various ways. So I'm gonna go with the free throws.
For me, it's the rebounds. Like I don't know what they do to get more free throws. Jokic gets fouled on every play.
Well, you know what's interesting about that, though, is Steve Kerr in his pregame, or actually yesterday, had a really great quote about this. First of all, he basically knew. He's like, I expect him to get a lot more free. Like, that's his admission of, like, we fouled the shit out of him and we got away with it. But he had a great line. Honestly, the Warriors handled themselves so well. I hate to say it. I hate to give them credit for this, but they really do. Like, Draymond has had the right mix of, like, tipping his hat to Jokic while also being like, yes, but I'm kicking his ass.
Hate that,
and same with Steve Kerr. He's like, basically saying we got away with murder in this game. He says, I expect Jokic to get more if he's more aggressive, which I just love. It's this idea of, like, it's not going to be us reaching, it's going to be him creating contact, which I'm like, he's right.
I hate that they are able to respond in a stately manner.
I know.
It means they're not feeling us at all.
You're right. You're right.
You could be like, really.
It's a great point.
If you're like killing someone, you're like, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Really respect the effort.
Yeah.
Like,
so true.
Those guys, those are some really good guys. I don't know how we beat them by 20. I mean, it must have been luck.
This is a great point, and you just ruined it. Thank you. Like, you're
honestly,
you're accurate.
Dude, I want them to be like, hey, man, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Listen. If they were going to get the calls, they would have got the call. Like that.
Yeah.
I want them to be like petulant and weird because they feel us. They don't feel us right now.
It's a great point, man. Now, God damn it, just put me lower. Monte Morris or Aaron Gordon?
Monte Morris.
Monmo?
Monte Morris, I think, because of what it can unlock with Jokic. Force Golden State to sort of pay attention in different ways defensively. If he's aggressive, if they can get that pick and roll going, so it's not just Jokic posting up. You could say similar things about Gordon cutting and not just settling for his jumper. But I'm going to go with Monte. I think the Monte Jokic chemistry is one of Denver's best options at sort of, okay, is it something more than just Jokic looking like a demigod out there?
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon for me.
Yeah.
Like, I want the Warriors to feel you. I want them to have to guard you. I want it to not be easy where they're able to double team, because if you have a forward out there, it gives them like the two-man game. It gives them the spacing where there's another guy that they're having to not be able to be in help side for. That gives you the aerial attack and attacking of the rim, where Jokic now gets to get one-on-one coverage instead of a guy that's just sagging the entire time. I think Monte is a good answer because you really do need him to bounce back and you need that pick and roll offense, but you need another guy that's going to be able to just keep on doing it repetitively, and it's not going to be Jokic. So Aaron Gordon unlocks that.
Dude, we just need all of our guys to play. All of our top 3, 4, 5 players need to play. Like, our starters need to all show up. Like, there's just no two ways about it.
How much do you think Aaron Gordon has heard some of the critics? Because, like, the timeline, and I'm not talking about like, there's one thing when it's Nuggets fans. There's just, like, popular commentators, like popular NBA Twitter personalities and this and that were, like, kind of clowning him in that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Dragonfly Jones and stuff. Guys that are, like, real funny and they don't really have a horse in the race. They're just, but they're, like, just clowning him as this guy that does nothing. So
I hope
wonder
you
how much
heard
he
all
hears
of it. I hope you heard every syllable. Like, this is the thing is that, after a game like that, like, we feel the impact of that.
Right.
Like, I feel that on my chest. If these guys are, like, somehow not aware of the conversation, not aware of, like, all the things that are happening, like, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of want them to, like, be above it and be aloof to it, but at the same point in time, like, this matters. Like, it matters.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hearing it from Malone, not getting clowned, but just specifically what he needs to do.
Go to the rim.
Go to the rim.
Yeah.
It's being better for him is not just, hey, hit those shots next time, right? Change your approach.
I'm telling you, the play, because there were several where you're just like, what do you, settling a three or this, that. But
man,
the one
Nuggets
that's
fans are showing up.
But of course, man. Of course,
Loving it.
But the thing that really stood out to me was the one play where it's the death lineup. Draymond's guarding Jokic at the perimeter, and he throws it to Aaron Gordon in the post. Aaron Gordon throws it back to Jokic, and Jokic's like, what the hell, man? No, like, you take it. Then he gives it to him, and he does a dribble.
Back, yep.
Not a sidestep. Not even a step back. A sidestep to the sideline, and then shoots a baseline 15-footer, and it's like, that was just terrible. So I think that Aaron Gordon has to know, like, it's on him to just put his head down, try to get to the rim. And if he does that, I really do think it's weird. NBA basketball's weird. Sometimes Aaron Gordon being more aggressive can help Jokic get more fouls. Like, you have to force the referees to blow their whistle to be like, okay, we're like, this is an aggressive game, and it elevates. If one guy's doing it, it has an impact. But if everybody's doing it, then the referees know, like, all right, we got to be locked in. Last one, 3-point shooting or points in the paint. What's going to be bigger here for the Denver Nuggets? What do you think?
It's got to be the points in the paint. It's got to be Jokic and AG. Like it
What
has
if it's
to be
Jokic
Boogie.
3-point shooting?
Fine, whatever. Like it's just got to be Jokic, Jokic. But we need Boogie, we need Jokic, we need AG, we need Uncle Jeff.
The Duncan Uncle?
We need the Duncan Uncle.
We need the Duncan Uncle so bad.
Duncan Uncle was featured on the Nuggets Twitter account today wearing patchwork pants, and they were saying like, "Oh man, look at how hot that is." I was like, "Duncan, goddamn Uncle, you look like you're panhandling in San Francisco. I need you to step up. I need you to come in. I need you to I need you to force the commentators to mention that you're 35 years old."
Yeah. What do you think? 3-point shooting or points in the paint?
This is a good question, really.
Thank you, man.
It is.
Round of compliments here on the set.
Wow.
I'll go with 3-point shooting. Just because I want the Warriors to be on their heels. I want them to not be able to just stack the paint, and that's what they're wanting to do right now. So if you have some type of 3-point shooting, it provides spacing, and it allows you to also be able to get a little bit more ISOs or being able to kick it out, and that means that someone else is hitting shots where it's now applying more pressure on the defense. So I think that just the ability to have someone else step up, someone else to score, that has to be a 3-point shooter. That means someone else.
All right. Do you have a horse here?
3-point. I just think that anytime the doubles come and Yoke kicks it out, you have to be able to make them pay. And then also, I know that's not super sustainable with this team. We've watched them for 82 plus now, but I don't even care about like good formulas or anything. Just go get one in Golden State. If everyone gets hot from 3.
If Denver won 65-62, we'd be like, hell yeah,
I'll take it. Yeah. So however it comes, and then maybe a crazy 3-point shooting night helps. I don't know.
I don't know that points in the paint will lead to better 3-point shooting, but I do think better 3-point shooting will lead to points in the paint. So I honestly think it's threes. You got to hit some threes. I would love for Jokic to have like a 5-3 night. 5 threes tonight. We're just breaking this little slump that he's in with 5 threes would feel so great. So I'd love to see that. Monte Morris, obviously.
Yep.
Bones Highland.
Oh,
we get some Bones Highland threes.
Dude,
would be great.
Bones can rain vibes.
Raining
by the
vibes,
way,
just 1 3 at a time.
One pregame note I missed. Malone talked again sort of about the significance of having shooters around Jokic when they're playing against lineups that might double.
Right. Bielitsa, yep.
And
Porter.
Could that include Bryn Forbes, who Harrison wrote about twice, or just once rather in the last 24 hours?
We're at the break break glass in case of emergency. Bryn Forbes moment.
1 game in.
Yeah, 1 game in. We gotta play Forbes. We gotta get him on the court. Our season comes down to him.
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's go a little around the association quick. We didn't get to do it the other day. I want to catch up on some of these. Well, what if we don't? Just quickly. Utah stomped Dallas in game. Well, actually, they didn't stomp them. They beat them in a very unconvincing. Get Luka out game 1 and 2. Utah eked by. Very sad. I'm so sad that Utah caught a break this year. I really am. Utah and 76ers both catching breaks with their opponents just getting completely wrecked.
And the way they looked in game 1, too, you're like, oh, they were primed for a collapse. They
didn't even need Luka, man.
No,
they just needed They just needed PJ Dozier in that game. They would have gotten past Utah.
God.
So that game really not too noteworthy. Timberwolves over Grizzlies, though.
Yeah.
Guys, we had Dane Moore on the show. He said Grizzlies, that's the matchup we want. I just feel good about them. We kind of own them. I watched that game. It wasn't anything that happened that Memphis didn't do well. I just thought Minnesota looked like the better team in that one.
Yeah, no one looked scared on Minnesota. I was a little bit shocked about that.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns came out and was really aggressive. How are you just so soft against everyone else, and then you go at Steven Adams? That threw me off. That's when I knew that it was going to be a good game. And also, I think Patrick Beverley just gives people that liquid courage. He makes them feel like they can run through a wall.
He gets them drunk.
I was going to say,
wow. You think Anthony Edwards
just putting them inside of that type of situation? He just I feel like they're just stronger. They just really feel like they can, and they match up really well with them. That was a fun game. Really just watching it. Now they're going at it on social media and things like that. I'm excited to watch every one of those games.
John Morant posted the full Michael Jordan clip. Did you see that one? The full
You got to back that up.
You got to back it up. But you know what I love about it? You're right. He has to. But he also knows he has to and still put it out there. I just love it. The balls it takes to talk shit when you're down. That's what I love. Love it. Love that series. It's a good one. I mentioned 76ers over Raptors. Nope. Barnes got hurt. Gary Trent's sick. Thad Young's out. Bullshit. Tyrese Maxey can't
This winning
miss.
is horse shit.
It's just freaking horseshit. You go
like
over to the other
salmon.
side. The Heat murdered the Hawks. Literally nothing to say about that series. Suns over Pels. I got to say, man, this is the thing about the Nuggets tonight. The Pelicans have no chance against the Phoenix Suns, but you know what they did? They just put they showed up and put everything on that court in a way that Denver did not in game one. And I just look at that and I go, man, that's a team that has some heart, has some balls, and they got outclassed. Like the Suns never sweated in that game, but they were like, oh, I thought this was going to be a little bit easier, so now we got to do it. I respect the hell out of it.
Agreed. By the way, good coach there too. It sure would seem like, at least from the outside.
Willie Green?
Yep.
Oh man, those guys love him too.
Good year.
man.
Yeah, that's a team that had plenty of reason to let go of the rope at
Yeah.
one point in this season and never did. So
Milwaukee over Chicago, another team that had no business being in that game, but you know what they did? Defended their ass off, played like they actually gave a shit, and I was I walked away so impressed with Chicago and what turned out to be a 10-point loss.
Especially with like the way that they like just stayed disciplined, even when they were losing. They were like, okay, we're still sticking to our game plan.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way we have a chance. Like there's a lot of times that they unraveled this season, but that was not a game. I feel like they really would have beat anyone else. It was just the Bucks, and the Bucks have Giannis. That just makes it really tough, and they show up in the playoffs. So, yeah, I was really impressed with Chicago in that game.
And the only reason I really wanted to do around the association was to get to this game. Celtics beat the Nets in what was a freaking all-timer, instant classic game. I had so much fun watching this game. One of the best defenses I've watched in a long time. That Celtics team just flies around. They're on a string. They make 8 rotations where like nobody misses a goddamn beat. And then on the other side, you got Kyrie Irving, who's just putting up like prime Kobe Bryant shot after shot. You're just like, oh my God, this guy's impossible to defend. But what I really loved about that game was this kid's shining moment. Did you guys see this? We got to go. Right as the Celtics win, homie from freshman year, oh, can we get this hug? And then look at his face like, whoo, boy, whoo, boy. Man, look at it. We got to watch this on repeat. You know this dude was waiting the entire game to pick the perfect moment when he could go in for the ass out hug, chest like, hey, is now the time? Is it cool? Dev, walk us through this one, man.
So, like, look, listen, I was once in a relationship, y'all.
Were you?
I was once in a relationship. This is not high school
time
Dev.
hearing of
This is
this.
not high school Dev. This is middle school.
Wow, middle school grew up early.
Dev used to go to the movies every single Saturday. Every Saturday. I would try to squeeze one of these in.
You did? Really?
Right at
Did you really do
right
the
at
yawn?
caption.
Wow.
It was so cool to do one of these.
Oh, just like this.
But
This is quite the visual.
Right when the captions went off, soon as the movie went off, it got dark in the theater as if it wasn't dark the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to
You're just trying to do this,
trying to get in there for one of
I've
those.
never felt like this
So
before.
I felt
So
him.
small in
I
his
felt him.
arms.
And you know what? It was very successful.
Very successful.
I like that. I like that a lot. I have to say, though, I did that every time the Nuggets hit a 3-point shot. The
Really?
last game. I mean, I
You
was
just kept hugging
people. Like, I wasn't planning for it. Like, it was a sense of relief and joy.
You gave 3 hugs last game.
Yeah, I
It was,
sure
that was
did.
a very few
That's
amount
what
of
I mean.
hugs.
Like,
a
it took
regular
some
amount.
time, and then I realized that everyone would be precious, and I needed to celebrate it.
You have anything to say about this kid? Any relationship advice for him?
hey man, follow your dreams. Just go shoot or shoot. Just go for it.
Should he go in for the kiss in that moment? Is that what you do? Those
No,
ones?
no, it's actually really smart because what if that clip is him getting rejected going in for a kiss?
Oh, you're so right.
Also, he had to get permission from like the other person's parents. If that's your time that you get on TV and you go kiss the
Can
daughter,
you imagine?
can't
Yeah.
do anything else for the
Can
rest
you
of the year.
imagine, like, it's like your greatest moment, you get home, and all of a sudden it's like, bro, parents are pissed. You're like, oh my God, what did I do?
Or even more salacious, what if he has a different girlfriend?
Oh, well,
caught on TV.
We've seen this
Caught in
one.
4K.
Caught in 4K. We've seen this many, many times. I also, a weird, funny subplot in this, I don't really care. Like, the Kyrie thing I've told you guys, is separate the art from the artist. The Celtics hating him as much as they do,
Yeah,
and
it's good.
Kyrie like flipping them off, and clearly supremely bothered by them hating him as much,
I love
but
it. I love
also supremely unbothered by it in a basketball perspective because he was pretty much perfect in the game. I thought it was such a cool dynamic. I actually like the dynamic.
Yeah.
I almost feel bad for liking it.
No, it's awesome. And we have to remember what we're doing here. It's sports.
Yeah, I
the
know.
The last time Kyrie was in Boston and we got all those quotes about, oh, they'll just never get over it. They still want an explanation. No, they want to boo you. But what do home teams do to players on the other team?
Yeah,
They boo
they
them.
boo them.
What do they do if they also don't like that
Oh, they boo
player?
him even harder.
All right. Isn't that what we're doing here? Who are you allowed to boo anymore?
I love it. I love when
It raised the stakes, man.
But I love it when people are jerks and then they get other people being jerks. To
Oh,
them
it's
because
Westbrook
they were
and
jerks.
Kyrie right now. Are
Yeah, like I
reaping
like
what they've
that Kyrie
sown,
was like terrible to the city of Boston,
Yeah.
and like then when he comes, he's like, "Well, yeah, all right." It's like, yeah, you were an asshole, so
Yeah.
that's kind of how that works. Like,
You know
I
who
love
else is an asshole?
who's that?
Every single person that is from Boston.
I have to say, I lived in Boston. Not true.
Is that true?
A lot of real sweet.
You lived in Boston.
A lot of sweethearts.
Oh.
I know that you're making fun of me because I've brought this up a great many times. All the same, it's something that I did. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Can't be denied.
Yeah.
Not everyone there is an asshole. A lot of cool people, but their sports persona is exactly what you want
Yeah.
it to be, and exactly what they want you to think it is.
Right.
And they don't let up, and they are a bunch of jerks.
You've made a very compelling argument, but
Thanks,
Judge
but
is
then I lived
ruling
there?
in my favor. And
Again,
I'm
that is a
right. They
fact.
are assholes.
Yeah, we're
All
still
of
out
them,
on
every
Boston.
single one of them, 100% of them, all assholes. All right, that's it. Let's move on now to the best part of the show, which is when this man over here, this genius, superstar dev, wins us some money.
baby.
Let's
On the
get to
DraftKings
it.
Sportsbook app.
America's top-rated sportsbook app.
You guys think the Nuggets are favored in this one?
Plus
Oh,
7.5.
definitely.
Can I
They're
tell?
not.
I kind of.
What?
Can I say something? You guys are talking about vibes. I like the Nuggets 7.5 tonight. Do I like them to win? I don't know, but I like them to be very, very competitive tonight, and I think it comes down to the very
Man,
end.
just say they're going to win. Would you please?
That
I mean,
energy,
come on.
that
Like,
energy
we're not
got me
going to
up.
hedge all
That
this
energy
shit.
got me up and going.
Whatever's
going
going to happen is going to happen. We don't have to be like, well, I don't know. They're going to win. Let's go.
So what I really, really like in this game, we're going to just start out with the lock off rip.
The
'cause
lock
we don't
off
have
rip?
much. Yeah, we don't have much time.
Okay.
Lock it up,
Aaron
baby.
Gordon.
Oh,
Aaron Gordon.
Wow. You know how many
Really?
times I've lost money on Aaron Gordon? I feel like I've hit so many
gotta
bets
follow-
this
you
year.
know how
but
many times
none
I've
of them
won
on
Aaron
Aaron
Gordon?
Gordon.
Dev lost
Every
it,
time
though.
you argue with Dev's picks, he wins and you lose.
I got
Points,
a bonus
rebounds, and
available.
assists, 23.5. Like, I really do think that he is going to be very aggressive in this game.
Points, rebounds, and an assist.
Yeah, offensively, like, I think he's going to be after it. Also, I think that he's going to have to get some assists because, like, he's going to be attacking so much, it just opens it up. 23.5 is way too low for him.
All right.
I
Let's
know
freaking
that
go.
he understands, and also, really, he's one of those guys that when he gets called out, he's like, okay, bet, I'll show you. So I do think
So
he does
Dev's
that.
like, bet. I sure will.
I sure will. Also, I think that they keep saying don't shoot the ball. Guess what I think he's going to do tonight?
What's
I
he
think
going
he's
to
going
do?
to dribble the
shoot
ball.
the ball.
Pass the ball. He's going to shoot it.
I think he's still going to shoot. He's
Didn't know
going to be
where
like,
you were
hey,
going
this is
there.
what's open. This is what it's got me. I'm going to still shoot the ball.
Okay.
So I like that points, rebounds, and assists.
I got to tell you, Dev revealed to me his betting strategy. And what he does is he follows the motivations of players. And I love this.
It's so great. Like, really, Kyrie in that last game, that was the easiest bet I've ever seen. He's going against Boston. He hates them. They
Yeah.
booed him. He flicking off
We
the
spent the
cameras.
first part of
It's
this
awesome.
show talking about how AG got clowned by Firefly or whoever,
Exactly.
whoever the hell
and
he
also,
was.
his coach called him out. Everyone called him out. He's going to go after it.
I get what
Another
you're
player I
talking
really like in this game. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. Jokic. He's going to
I'm
score.
familiar,
He's
I'm
going to
familiar.
score. His scores. I mean, his points are too low at 29.5.
28.5.
28.5. He's going to score over 30. So we might as well get the 28.5. He's going to get to the free throw line. He knows it. The Warriors know it.
We all
He's
know
going to
it.
get there like super. Like, he's going to start out aggressive. He's going to do everything that he has to. I'm telling you right now, he understands that Draymond is too small for him. He's a good defender, but he's too small. He's going to score on him. 28.5 is going to happen.
about. Okay.
I love Dev's following the motivations.
What else we got? Anything
Perfect.
else?
Those are the two that I like the most.
Should we
Is there
go
something else
single
we got?
game parlay
Yep,
then?
Yep.
SGPs?
I'm going to take Nuggets plus 7.5 to start this off.
Woo!
Let's go. Should we bet Jokic threes just until he hits one, or do we just need to abandon
That's all
that?
you,
What number
bro.
is it at?
That's on you.
Well, I'm just saying we want to
I
take
don't-
one.
I think he forgot how to hit a three.
He might have forgot how to hit, but think about what a boost it would be to morale if he hits one.
Oh.
He's gonna hit a three.
Has he ever thought
All
about
right,
that
I'm
before?
taking 1
Oh.
3, and you know the guy I'm taking, Monte Morris threes. I'm going to take a Monte 3. What are we doing? We're only bet. Actually, you know what? Should we bet a crazy parlay and keep bidding this up, or no?
No, we should not.
All right, we're betting these 3 pieces here. I got a free $5 bet. I'm going to use it on this single game parlay.
Here
Free bet.
we
Love doing it. I'm in. I get plus 185 on this. Not bad. Not bad. All right.
I'm going Jokic over 30.5 points and Nishan Bones Highlands to hit 2 3-pointers. That nets me plus 255. See you in the winner's lounge.
All right, everybody, hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you guys after the game.